This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Today we're going to start an exploration of some of the intersections of HR and compliance. Today I wanted you to think about the touch points that human resources has that intersect with your compliance program. When you consider the number of these touch points that HR has in the employment life cycle, pre-employment screening and interviewing, onboarding, training, annual reviews and assessments, promotions to exit strategies, the role of HR in facilitating the operationalization of compliance becomes clear. At each of these touch points, HR can take the lead in operationalizing compliance. Additionally, each touch point provides an opportunity for ongoing communications with a prospective employee, newly hired employee, seasoned employee, or one moving up to the ranks of management about the need for ethical dealings and compliance with company values as set forth in your code of conduct and operationalized in your compliance policies and procedures. By using these touch points, HR can demonstrate the shared commitment requirement found in the commitment of senior management as laid out in the 2023 evaluation of corporate compliance programs, as well as the requirement to have incentives and discipline, or consequence management, as we now call it. There are few other corporate departments which have so many employee touch points as HR. Every compliance professional should use HR to operationalize your compliance through the variety of these touch points and expertise available to the compliance professional through corporate HR. As a first step, I would suggest that every compliance professional head down to your corporate HR department and have a cup of coffee with your functional equivalent in HR. If you're the CCO, go down and see the head of HR. If you are a compliance professional, well, go down and sit and talk to one of the HR professionals and talk to them about training. Talk to them about how they communicate and engage with employees, because that's what HR does. And the more you think about it, it becomes clearer that HR can be a valued ally to compliance, and you can utilize HR to supplement or perhaps even increase your overall compliance and ethics, communications, and messaging. So this month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.